So one of my biggest challenges is always read one book, at least one book in a month. Sometimes I read more. Sometimes it takes me a while to read one. One I did finish for the month of March, a couple days behind, but that's okay. My goal is to always still finish the book and not get discouraged when the next month start. So my last book I read, Over the Top by Mr. Zig Ziglar. And the title here says moving from survival to stability, from stability to success, and success to significance. And what Zig outlines here is, it's priceless information. I believe it's a lot of information that we don't live off of in today's society. It's so hard to find somebody who teaches these things where he considered over the top or at the top. And I love it because he opened the book with this, and then he ends the book with this. And so it's a lot to take from this book. It was 315 pages. And to be honest with you, this is the second book I read over 300 pages in my life. And that's from front to back. It's one thing to start a book, but to actually finish it, man, that's a big accomplishment for me. So I'm proud of myself. But one of the things I love about him, and I actually have this on my wall, he said, you're at the top when you clearly understand that failure is an event, not a person. That yesterday ended last night, and today is your brand new day. How many times do we get stuck in yesterday? What happened? And we can't control that. And it's so many of them. And I love this one. He said, you are secure in who you are, so you are at peace with God and fellowship with man. It's like when you are happy with who you are as an individual, then you can move forward in life understanding that God loves you and that you love yourself. That's the most important thing, and that's what he touches on in so many different ways. I believe another one I love, he said, you're at the top when you look back in forgiveness, forward in hope, down in compassion, and up in gratitude. I mean, that's just so encouraging. And you don't see that. You don't hear that in today's world. People want you to hold grudges and think of every person is always out to get you. And everybody's not always there to support you, and I get that. But still, again, to be able to look at things in a way. I mean, this book, I believe, was written maybe in 2007, and it's still priceless. I mean, I'll say for me, I'm in survival mode, and making that trend it's big. I mean, just become that person that you want to become. If you set big goals for yourself, you really, really have to understand that I have to become this person before I can reach this goal. And I experienced this much more. So Over the Top is literally what it is. Over the Top. Zig Ziglar is, my gosh, rest in peace. And I'm so proud to be able to know some of the people he's touched. And that's a book that you always have to come to. And one of the things I love about this, he says, read this book to an illiterate who can't read, or read it to a little child. He's saying you will actually feel even better because you're doing something for someone else. And Zig touches on this in so many ways, how you should need to give or do something for somebody else because it will make you feel better in return. His thing is you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. And so my next book I'm going to be having for the month it's funny how I ran across this book the first time. It was actually my mentor, Terrence Murphy, and he don't even know. I think I had bought this book. I had visited him, I believe, years ago, maybe 2 years ago. And when he had this book, he is first thing, let me let you know, it's The One Thing by Gary Keller. And Gary Keller, I believe he's a real estate agent. But so Terrence Murphy is my mentor. If you know much about me and follow me, he is, my gosh, just one of the first guys in my life that, besides my dad, who just was an outside force, that was another example for me. And he had this book in his house, and he didn't even know, but I had seen it one day, and I was like, wow, he's reading that book. And I'm like, I gotta get that book out. So I've had this book for maybe over a year or two, and just things always, a lot of things start coming up, and I started really understanding my passion, my purpose. And surely enough, he I came back to this book, thanks to Howard Partridge. He talks about the one things at his conference. I'll be back there again in May. And I wanted to make sure that I'm using my gifts and whatever that one thing is, and not distract anything from that. So I'm real interested in reading this book, and this one here is actually 200 pages, so I'm actually pretty excited about that after reading Zig, 300 pages. But this is the next book, and I just encourage you, man, just pick up a book. And I challenge myself to do that because I've never been a guy who spoke well, never been a guy who wanted to always read, and I'm still working on my grammar. I got this as a goal for myself, to be able to be much better, and that's the goal. That's the key, to strive for excellence, not perfection. And when you get yourself stuck in that rut, like I have to be perfect, I have to be perfect, then you never do anything. I was supposed to finish this book. I'm 14 days behind, but I'm still doing it. I'm still gonna say that I'm gonna finish at least a book a month, and that's gonna be my goal. So if you want to keep following me, trust me, I'll be doing that. But go live life on purpose. Don't just exist to be existing and just hoping that everything's gonna work out. No, plan your life, put good stuff in your mind, and do it on a consistent basis. 20 minutes a day. Live on purpose. Be a quitter from your day job to your dream job. That's John Acuff. But hey, I'm out. Got to go to the day job now.